We're back with another Tyrandt.
Indeed. It's been a while.
It's been way too long. I think it's almost feel like it's been a year since we've been back.
Yeah, probably something close to that.
You know, we act like we've been doing like 50 episodes. This is literally probably like our fourth, if that.
Yeah, third or fourth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. If you're new to the show, if you haven't seen any of the first one that we put up, this probably hopefully the second one that we put up. My name is Ty.
And I'm Brandt. Nice to meet you guys.
Hence the name Tyrannt. Brandt and I recently just saw Deadpool 2.
We did.
It is good. I'll
Very
also say that it's not as good as the first.
But I mean, that's a high bar to try and jump over. I mean, the first one was so out there and original. I mean, like, how are you even gonna come close to matching that? You know?
Yeah, and I'm glad that they definitely came more with the funny lines this time around. Ryan Reynolds, of course, definitely made fun of himself a lot.
He loves to be self-deprecating, which is always endearing for the fans, of course.
It's just a funny movie. I like how it didn't take itself too seriously, but in a sense, it kind of did. You know.
But there were times that it did allow itself to get serious, which I enjoyed, because something like that is so easy to just play everything off as a joke.
Yeah.
But to actually take some moments and make them really heartfelt, and then to turn around and make them a joke is just they did a great job.
So I'm going to start off by saying, for people who do watch this or hear this, we're going to do some spoilers. So
Spoiler alert.
So spoilers are going to happen throughout this. So if you do not want to hear us talk about spoilers for Deadpool 2 and possibly any movie such as Black Panther or
Infinity War
or anything like that in the last recent months, if you have not seen these movies, then do not listen to this.
Yeah, no, go check out the movies, come back, because they're really good.
They're really good. And for people who have seen the films that we were talking about and possibly some upcoming ones that are scheduled to release this year and possibly some in the future, you're in for a treat, man. I don't know about you, Brandt, but it's seeing Deadpool 2. I felt like for the first half of that film, I felt like it was just Deadpool. I kind of forgot that it was going to be like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot for instance that...
Yeah, the whole, like, X-Force entourage thing, it does come a little later on in the film. It did seem like it was more of a third act thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I will say the way that Cable came into the story, my only critique for that is it didn't make any sense.
It was quite out of nowhere. Yeah,
out of nowhere. There's no easy way of, I guess, him coming into the forefront of the film.
Right. I mean, yeah, he's from the future. Just have him fucking show up from the future.
And if you don't know who Cable is an X-Men character, of course.
Wasn't he like somebody's son?
Yeah. So he is Scott Summers'
and
son.
Jean Grey?
And Jean, I think Jean Grey, I want to say Jean Grey's son.
Okay.
So we all know that they had a kid in the future, and this is an older Cable. Cable is like old as shit. And he's been with the Revolution.
Yeah, he's quite old at this point.
And I'm guessing in his future, which they haven't really explained, and I'm kind of wondering, because he's from the future. Mm-hmm. So in the previous X-Men films, like Apocalypse or all the futuristic ones, where
I mean, there was Days of Future Past, but then they like retconned that.
Yeah. I was wondering if he was if he was there, you know what I'm saying, during that time, that moment in the future, since he is from the future. It would have been cool if they did added a Cable within that time frame, that time period when the X-Men films were.
But yeah, at this point, the timeline's been so fucked with, like, who's to say what somebody's true place is and...
Yeah, 100%.
Where any of it actually makes sense. It's all a bunch of hobbledeposh. That's not a word.
Yeah, for sure. I think, and there's certain nuances within the film that if you were a fan of the X-Men films, you kind of got the first scene of Logan
Yes. Oh man,
That was
opener.
funny. That was funny.
Fuck you, Logan. You're fucking dead.
Right. And him playing on the fact that Logan died, and then him, playing on the fact that hey, I can do this better than you, type of.
I'm gonna die too. I'm gonna die a couple times.
A couple of times, yeah, for sure.
Keep coming back.
Yeah. And he kind of hint at the fact that hey, I'm a better healer than you, so to speak, because I can die and I can come back. You literally just died.
Right, but I mean, Wolverine was like what, 180 years old, something like that.
Very true. Very true. I mean, what are your thoughts about seeing Deadpool or seeing him interact with some of the cast?
Well, it's funny, man, because like I feel like I noticed that like Ryan Reynolds, when he has the mask on, he kind of plays it more like a caricature, like he's a little more bouncy, and his motions are more of like where he gets his expression. And then when he has the mask off, it's more like in his chest and his face. And so that was a little weird, especially like at the beginning when he has like the mask kind of half on, half off. And so like you can kind of see the discrepancy of where like he's still trying to do like the
I have something to say about
the
that.
normal bouncy moves, and it's just like it doesn't quite fit.
To me, it was very reminiscent of Homecoming 2. Or Homecoming, try to say.
Spider-Man, right.
Because when Spider-Man was eating his, I think, chorizo, wherever it was he was eating.
Yeah,
he had his mask kind of like off.
Mask half on, half off.
And I wonder if that was kind of like a nod to that. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just something I'm just looking too far into. But that's something I caught. I felt like that was kind of cool.
And I mean, that even goes back to the original Spider-Man where Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst did that upside down case.
The upside down. And it kind of, and for me, it kind of shows that like there's two halves of a character. You have the superhero half, and then you have that half of like him being himself, Wade Wilson.
So when the mask is on, he kind of becomes more Deadpool than Wade. Interesting.
Put it off, because when you say so, because he's very less Deadpool when he has the mask off, for sure, right?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a subtlety to it.
Yeah, and also I like later on in the film you do see Ryan Reynolds again. You actually see Ryan Reynolds
as Ryan Reynolds,
which is kind of dope.
How about that one part where he gave somebody a autograph and it said Ryan Reynolds?
I love it.
I love it. Gold.
I love the. It's cool how they did integrate Wolverine, kinda within it. The cereal box of drawing of Wolverine when came over. I think he was in like a kitchen or some shit in the X-Men house. He drew like Wolverine.
I missed that.
Yeah, that was like a little pickup, and then you see actual Wolverine later on in the post. End. Yeah, at the very end, and the post-screen credits were awesome.
Post-credit scene.
Post-credit scene. My bad. Were awesome.
Yes. That was quite hilarious, and yeah, like I'm glad they did something like kind of like Marvel where they always have like the post-credit scene, the mid-credit scene, all that shit, but they did a little twist like. For Deadpool 1, they had like the nice little Ferris Bueller homage, but yeah, this one was just like, he's got a time machine, bitches. What's it gonna happen? He's just gonna go around fucking shit.
And I like, and I want to say this, and maybe again I'm looking far into this, but maybe Deadpool was playing on the fact of if you've seen Avengers: Infinity War, they played a little bit with time in that movie. And I felt like Deadpool was kind of making a joke. I know they didn't see the film of Infinity War before they made this film. But I did have a feeling that they may have a hinge that maybe there was going to be some time travel within that Infinity War film. Mm-hmm. And they kind of made, in my opinion, a joke about it because you see Cable going back in time, changing shit.
Right.
And Deadpool, in my eyes, was like, well, shit, fuck, we got this time travel thing.
We're gonna change some shit. Let's change some shit.
Let's change some shit. Because he's a fourth dimensional character
Right.
that could break that fourth dimensional wall. That he kind of, did the Ryan Reynolds script read.
That was funny.
That was
when
funny.
He killed himself.
Going back to X-Men Origins, that was fucking hilarious.
He technically killed himself twice.
Twice.
That's pretty funny.
And so, like, it was kind of funny because, like, I think the effect of having a time traveler like Cable in this film makes time travel exist within that universe.
Right, but then that's always like a comic book trope. Like they did it in X-Men, they did it in Marvel. Like it's just a thing they're gonna do. I wouldn't be surprised if they did it in the DCEU at some point.
Yeah. I'm excited about
Flashpoint, right? Like that's already been in there a little bit.
If DC can get their shit together and create a Flashpoint film, which I hope they are doing.
But yeah, there was that one scene in was it Batman v Superman? It must have been, where the Flash like kind of just comes out of like this kind of portal from the future. Like, hey, you gotta fucking change shit.
So I guess time travel is now a thing within these comic book realms, which is totally awesome because I mean it's a thing that
it gives them a lot of leeway, and a lot of playroom. But it is a bit of a cop out at the same time. It's always like, oh no, everything's gotten too bad. What can we possibly do to fix this? Oh, let's just fucking go back in time and fix it.
And that's where I am wondering, because this whole Fox, I don't know if you heard about the Fox Disney deal. There was like some rumors in around that Comcast was trying to get Fox or something like that, and Disney is trying to get a hold of Fox so they can get all the rights to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Fantastic Four and X-Men. And get those guys in line,
right?
But it was also crazy to see, like, in my opinion, in the next Avengers movie, time travel will be a thing that will be used in this.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Doctor Strange looked into the future. He said, "There's only one fucking way we can figure this out," and then he died. And so it's like, okay, well, he must have known that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So if we're saving everybody, I assume we're gonna save. Like he's a little bit selfish, like anyways. So he's gonna make himself get saved at some point. So he must have seen like, oh yeah, they're just gonna go and maybe I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe Captain Marvel has time travel abilities or something. But they're gonna figure out some way to go back in time and just kind of.
I have a theory about it, but I'm not going to explain it in this podcast. But
fair enough.
Another thing that caught my attention was the setup of possibly the next film. I could possibly say that Josh Brolin, Cable, was probably one of my favorite characters within this film because of who he is, the grit of him. And
I liked the little Thanos jab.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
And you know what? I like the jab at fucking Winter Soldier.
Yes, he's got a Winter Soldier arm.
He got a fucking Winter Soldier arm. And you know what's so cool about Cable's fucking arm? It does more than fucking what Winter Soldier does.
Oh right, because what's his backstory? It's like a techno virus or something that's turning him into a
So he's very integrated with technology and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So his arm is used as the interface to like use mechanical weapons. At some points in time, you see like it's a magnetic.
Yeah, he did that magnetic thing with the gun a couple times. That was pretty fucking cool.
And his eye is also connected within the arm, so he's a cyborg.
Right.
Okay, he's a futuristic cyborg. I like the setup of Domino. That was
she
pretty
was
dope.
great.
She was great.
She's just like, let's just see what happens. I'm lucky.
And sure enough, she was for sure lucky.
Yeah, they must have had fun with that one. Just like, hey, we can just have her turn the bus left into a building, and she'll be fine, and everything will work out.
And for most people, if you don't know, she becomes Deadpool's love interest later on
in the comics.
Comics, but. I like what you said, that there could be a little three-way
open relationship
type of thing.
I mean, I think Miranda Baccarin would be in on it.
Yeah,
she should be down
for sure. I mean, she's hot as hell.
And oh my god, could you imagine her and Domino?
Oh man,
like even just a little foreplay on the screen would be like, ba-blam.
That'd be awesome. A little pegging. action probably.
Ryan
going
Reynolds in
on.
the background just watching, like, can I join in, guys? And I know y'all good. Okay.
The cool thing I like about this is some of the cameos that were in this. Beast.
So yeah, when that scene, I wanted to talk about that because like it was so quick. There was just the door open and the Beast came over and closed it real quick. Was that like actually any of the actual characters? It looked like
In the room.
yeah.
I don't.
We're gonna have to freeze frame that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to freeze frame that. But in my opinion, I think this was just like you said, a fast cameo to just kind of like highlight because Ryan Reynolds was saying, why can't we get one of the cool X-Men?
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, I think Beast is one of the cool X-Men.
Right, but that's a great way.
But
of
I think he also wanted like a Wolverine or like
right, and so like they had the money for this nice cameo, and they were like gonna use that, but they wanted it to be quick and they wanted it to be cost effective, but also explain something, explain why they were not around at all in the first movie. Because every time Deadpool shows up, those motherfuckers go and hide. They don't want to deal with his ass.
You only see Colossus and you only see the chick.
Yeah, Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah, her.
But yeah, because Colossus like actually wants to believe in Wade and like make Deadpool a good guy.
Yeah.
But he's just everybody else doesn't give a shit. They all just want to like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
here's Colossus' pet project. Everybody fucking hide. Close the door quick. Don't let them see us.
Another cool cameo. I kind of sat my seat for this one. When the kids in the army, the vehicle, and you see the fists go through the fucking vehicle and everybody's fucking jumps out and everything like that. And then we enter Juggernaut.
Yep.
Now,
that was badass.
I was like excited because I knew Juggernaut was going to be in this film.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd heard something.
I heard something about it, and I was just very curious to see how they were going to portray Juggernaut.
Right. I was hoping that they'd bring back the guy from the original X-Men movies.
I was thinking they were going to do that.
It was way more CGI.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I wanted to touch on that. This Juggernaut was Juggernaut.
Yeah.
CGI, yes,
But
Juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? Because as a kid watching the animated X-Men series, watching reading the comics and watching a couple other TV shows, we got to see a big fucking Juggernaut.
yeah.
Like,
And this was nice.
I do wish that he was in his garb. I like the helmet.
If it had been like the red though, like the red armor instead of this
brown,
like
red,
the gray
thing, and also the brass knuckles that he has.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would have been cool.
But you know what? I thought it was classy of them to not do like, oh, I'm the Juggernaut bitch.
Yeah.
Like throwback.
Yeah.
Because that was funny in what 2009 or whenever X3 came out.
And I mean, he did make a joke about the Juggernaut that was in was it X-Men Last Stand?
Yeah,
it was X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah.
So he did make a joke about that.
What was that joke?
Fuck. I can't remember. I think he said something about the guy. I think the guy name is like Vinny something. I think he did say the guy's name.
Oh.
But I think there was a joke about the Juggernaut. I think he's something to the extent of this is the real Juggernaut or something of that extent. Like trying to make slight of our Juggernaut is better than the Juggernaut that was in the X-Men film.
Right. Right. And that's definitely a possibility. But it's going to be worth like going through a second viewing and seeing if like all the jokes that we missed.
100%. I mean, the film itself was funny the whole way through.
Indeed.
Oh
man, I loved like watching it in a smaller kind of audience too, because this was like a Tuesday morning when we went to go see this, and like the crowd kind of at first people were laughing and like it was all good, but then like as more people started getting into it, like kind of I felt like we were laughing together.
Yeah,
and like we were kind of building on each other. Like, oh yeah, that's
definitely a heckler in the.
Oh yeah, that one guy was a bit of a dick, but whatever. That wasn't so bad until the end.
Yeah, but I mean, we had some genuine laughs. I would probably say this is probably the most funniest movie that's out this far. As far as comic book, it's funnier than Avengers: Infinity War. It's funnier than Black Panther.
Well, yeah, I would say that funny wise, your barriers are going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy and like Thor Ragnarok. Those are your comparisons.
And definitely funnier than those.
And easily.
How do you feel that as far as this being an R-rated film?
I fucking love it.
Like I actually want to see more R-rated
Mm-hmm.
comic book.
And it was funny that Deadpool also called out Logan on that, riding our R-rated coattails or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. It's good to see something like this because I would want to see a R-rated, Avengers.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, the next
Film.
Avengers Infinity War, whatever they're going to call
Doubt
it.
that they would make that R-rated, but
Probably not, but it would be cool.
it would be cool.
The thing is that, like, comic book fans are older now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sure, yes, there are young comic book fans, but, like, back in the 70s, 80s, even 90s,
I'll say
all the
yeah.
comic book fans were kids, and now they're grown up, and they're still comic book fans.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have, like, this wider audience that you can just take out a chunk and be like, yeah, you kids, go watch your Avengers, but we're going to hang out and say the F word a lot.
Oh, and I think, like I said in the beginning, I like that it didn't take itself too seriously, and it was a fun thrill ride.
For the R rating, I got to say one thing. My favorite moment that would have been not possible without the R rating was when Josh Brolin as Cable calls Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool a cunt. That was fucking gold.
Yeah. that was, yeah. Yeah.
I loved it.
I loved it too. I love that scene where Deadpool nuts pretty much is in his face. That was pretty funny. Of when they were in the car and the car flipped. The
Oh yes, yeah, and dropped his
got in
nuts
his
on
face.
Josh Brolin's face.
That was pretty funny. And Josh Brolin, he was good. I mean, he wasn't nothing spectacular, I would say.
No, he didn't really stand out too much, but he did what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to come in and be like kind of the A villain, and then the B villain kind of turned out to be the kid, kind of, which was interesting. And Juggernaut, I guess.
I wish we could have seen, what's her name, Yuki?
Negasonic's girlfriend.
Is it Yuki?
For some reason, I heard him say like Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that.
Yu-Gi-Oh, something like that. Yu-Gi-Oh, something like that.
But no, she had like a
whip.
Yeah,
type
some
of thing.
sort of.
I wish we could have seen
whip.
more of them in action.
Yeah, and what did Negasonic even do? Did she do anything?
She did. She did some shit with I want to say she was. Did she fight Juggernaut?
I don't.
Or did she fight the little boy?
No, I don't think she did shit. She got hit by the little boy when they first met and just like flew back, but it was fine. She was in her force field bubble or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like I didn't remember seeing her do a damn thing. The rest of the movie.
I'm kind of upset that we didn't get to see any of the other guys, like Terry Crew character, really show up.
Oh my god! No, that was a great bait and switch though. Like having the previews be about the formation of the X-Force, and then the first time they go out, they're all dead. Fucking dead.
I love, yeah. I was not expecting that. At
least with Peter, I was because Deadpool kept saying like, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, and so like I was like, all right, at least Peter's all right, and then he lands like, yes, Peter's good, and then nope, he's dead too. Okay, they're all fucking dead.
Dead. 100%.
Oh, so much fun. What a good fucking movie.
This was a really good movie. I will say, I think what's going to hurt itself in the box office as far as like making mega money like it did the first time is that it came out in a weird time because you had Infinity War come out like I think 2 or 3 weeks before it, and now you have Han Solo coming, I think, if it's not coming out this week.
Yeah, I think it's the end of this week. That's a very good point.
So
this was interesting timing.
Interesting timing for it, but I have to say you have to see it.
It's summer blockbuster time, so there's no like really good time to bring it out.
Yeah.
You don't want to bring it out the same weekend as Avengers or Solo
because it will just get lost.
But yeah, it's definitely not going to receive its full recognition. That it deserves because of its placement.
Now, I will have to say, before seeing this film, I was reading some stuff online. It's like Warner Brothers was asking for Ryan Reynolds to give back his Green Lantern ring. And I was like, what? In my head, I was like, what the fuck
what did
he say to make Warner Brothers tweet something on their Twitter page about this? And then I saw the film, and I'm like, man... But not only did you take jabs in the first film,
no,
you went hard in the second one, man.
I mean, I feel like I feel like they were more harsh in the first film. Like the second one, it was just a continuation of the joke. Yeah, Green Lantern was terrible. Sure, we wish we could undo it.
But
killing Ryan Reynolds before he had the
Martha.
Yeah. Oh, the Martha joke was good. I mean, I know. Yeah, all the jabs at the other comic book things are good, but the thing with Green Lantern was like, in the first one, he specifically was calling out like himself and the movie and the franchise. He was saying like, hey, you can do whatever you want, just don't make the super suit green or animated. And it was just like, that's hilarious. That's good shit. And then to just like, and that was in the middle of the movie too. It's not this post-credit scene
Right.
where it's just Ryan Reynolds sitting at a desk and blam, oh, he's dead. Yeah, fucking, it's 2 seconds of funny where I feel like it was way funnier in the first one.
For sure. Hopefully DC listens to what Ryan Reynolds had to say, because I'll make it blatantly honest, man. Those films aren't my favorite, and it's sad to see like a superhero or a Batman not be shined in the right light. Mm-hmm. You know, when you see a guy, most people didn't know who fucking Iron Man was, or War Machine, or fucking Falcon. Hell, Black Panther,
Hawkeye.
You know, they make these characters come to life, but for some reason, you can't make United 7 be more than what they are. And I get it. It's hard to make godlike characters come to life on screen. But would you not say that most of the Avengers characters are kind of godlike in his own sense?
Yeah, sure, in some degree or another. I mean, yeah, the Hulk, like, nothing kills him, pretty much. He's always, I'm Hulk and I'm strong.
You know, like Captain America, nothing, like, you know what I'm saying?
He has a varying degree of strength. Because, like, Thanos on the ship, when he fought the Hulk, just destroyed him. Mm-hmm. And then he comes down to Earth and like takes a swing at Captain America, and Captain America stops his hand for a little bit,
and then gets hit.
It's like, hang on a minute. I don't think that he would be able to do that to the Hulk. If the Hulk threw a punch at Captain America would be able to just catch that shit.
He's dead.
So it's like I don't know if they're doing the best job of like gauging the character's strengths and remembering what like who's who and who's stronger than who.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the Deadpool film. The only thing I can say, the cameos are cool. I do like, in my opinion, he was playing around with Professor Xavier headset, the wheelchair.
Yeah, that was fun. I wonder if they like got access to their props or if they like had to make their own for that, because that's pretty fun.
What I wonder too. You know, I would love to see Deadpool and X-Men. I would love to see Deadpool if they can make this
like as possible. A cameo or as like just a full character. Because I don't
know.
Cameo
will be fine. Cameo will be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you can make him a full character in one of the X-Men movies. Yeah. Either he would steal the show or it just wouldn't make sense. But if he just like drops in as like a cameo, especially if it's a fourth wall break cameo, where he drops in just to talk to the audience for a sec, like, hey, don't forget to see Deadpool 2, guys, haha, or like Deadpool 3 coming out, something. That'd be funny.
I could also see that. I don't know if you heard this, Brandt, but then this is something totally different that we haven't talked about. But I was just reading up that Jake Gyllenhaal is playing a Spider-Man character.
A Spider-Man character.
And I will give you 4 clues or four multiple choice. I guess.
Oh, it's a young Uncle Ben. Got it.
All right.
I already got it. He's playing a young Uncle Ben.
And he is not playing. He's playing a villain. I'll give you that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right. Jake Gyllenhaal.
So I'll give you 3 villains and.
Oh no!
And you gotta choose which one he's gonna.
No. Here's the thing, though. You can't have Jake Gyllenhaal play a villain, because then he's just gonna go like, because he and Heath Ledger were in Brokeback Mountain together, and then Heath Ledger did Dark Knight and went way too far into the character, and he ended up dying, and it's gonna happen with Jake Gyllenhaal.
But see, this is different, because Dark Knight was Dark Knight. It was dark.
They're Brokeback Mountain butt brothers.
That doesn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make a difference.
He broke his mic.
What was I gonna say? Okay, so you got your choice. Your first choice is Rhino. The second choice is Craven. Your third choice is Chameleon, and your fourth choice is Mysterio.
Interesting. I feel like I could see him as Mysterio or Chameleon, but definitely not Rhino. I think didn't Paul Giamatti do Rhino? And
He did.
For like
but that was in
Amazing
Garfield.
Spider-Man, right? Yeah.
And that wasn't really done right, in my opinion. So
And it was such a quick little thing too. Such bullshit. I'm gonna go with Chameleon.
And wrong.
Dang.
You should have went with your first choice.
Mysterio. Damn. So wait, tell me more. I don't think I know too much about Mysterio.
So Mysterio, for people who haven't known, he is a prop actor. So this kind of helps Jake Gyllenhaal get that role because he's an actor himself. He was more of a stunt man that was working for a studio. So all of his power comes from technology. You know what I'm saying? He can make this look like you're in a desert. Like you make your surroundings look different than what they really are.
What does that have to do with technology?
Magician. Huh?
What does that have to do with technology? You said it comes from technology.
Because he uses whatever props to make your reality become fantasy. You know
so
what
I'm just confused. Is it magic or is it technology?
It's technology.
Okay.
It's technology. There's no magic.
So Mysterio is just his illusionist name?
Yeah, illusionist. Perfect. He's an illusionist. 100%. So, my question with this is, since we have Mysterio, and since we had Vulture, I'm starting to feel like a Sinister Six may be coming in to play. They may have another character in development within the film, because the reason why I say that, and if you have seen Homecoming, Booker, what's his name? Hakeem Booker, I think that's his name. He's a black actor. He was in Homecoming. He was one of Vulture's goons, so to speak.
Right.
And there was a scene that Spider-Man was fighting this guy, and the guy had like this gun, this blast gun. Have you seen the film? And he shoots at Spider-Man, and Spider-Man gets hit, and he hits the school bus, the old school bus.
Right.
That guy is supposed to be Shocker. Okay.
But yeah, didn't he like steal that moniker from the other guy that had the thing
exactly.
first? That was pretty funny.
So you already have pretty much 3 characters already established. All you're missing is Rhino. You're missing Doc Ock.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're missing Chameleon.
Do you think they'd bring back Doc Ock?
Yeah, why not? I like the guy who played Doc Ock, by the way. I think he was a good Doc Ock.
Well, because I feel like with this new Spider-Man, they haven't really, like, even with so let's think about it.
Okay.
The original Spider-Man trilogy had Green Goblin,
right,
Doc Ock,
right,
and then
Sandman.
like Venom and Sandman,
and
like kind of Hobgoblin a little bit with
Hobgoblin with James Franco,
right, and then the Amazing Spider-Man. First one was
lizard
guy,
the
lizard, and then the second one was Electro.
The second Electro, and you had Hobgoblin. So you had him back again. And then
that's fair. There was a little bit of Hobgoblin.
You did have Hobgoblin, and then you had Rhino.
But like so Hobgoblin was the only one that kind of like was in both.
Yeah.
Both franchises.
Yeah.
Both reboots. And so this version, I feel like maybe they're trying to do the same thing. Like the first villain was Vulture. Like it was just a totally different. Like we haven't had any hint of Green Goblin, Hobgoblin.
We haven't had Mary Jane. We haven't had some of the
Doc Ock, any of that stuff.
The staple characters, you know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, but no, they did do a little Mary Jane jab in Homecoming, where it was like, oh yeah, my friends call me Mary Jane or something.
But I don't think she's playing Mary Jane.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I think she was playing the character whoever she was. But and you like I said, you still haven't seen Peter. Peter at this point, like he said, he was 15. You know, he's a young cat. So we haven't seen him go through the high school. He's going through his high school phase. He haven't gone through his college. So in college, that's where you meet up with the Daily Bugle
and Doc Ock and
Jameson,
J.J.
Jameson. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't seen that.
Right.
Maybe we'll see him grow up. I'm hoping that by the third film, I think the second film will be, it's called Homecoming 2, whatever else it would be with Mysterio. Mm-hmm. So I think now you see him doing that. You have Venom coming out.
But it's not related to Spider-Man.
Anything.
And I think that's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are going to be mad. They're going to be like, oh, well, the only reason Venom looks the way he does is because he got the suit idea from Spider-Man. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Just like, let's pretend Venom is just his own thing. And when he comes out, that's just how he looks. And it's a little similar to Spider-Man. So is fucking Deadpool. So is a lot of other costumes.
I feel like in Venom, in my eyes, is an anti-hero.
And he could do a great anti-hero. That could be like, I'm looking forward to such a good movie.
I hope.
With Tom Hardy being fucking Venom. That's going to be...
it does become good. But if you got Venom, eventually you have to have Carnage. You have to bring Carnage in the mix. Carnage is one of the big baddies within the Spider-Man realm of villains. And I feel like Spider-Man, and I like how they went that route, because Spider-Man villains are probably the most memorable villains within the Marvel universe. I mean, because Iron Man, you got Whiplash, you got, you don't know Mandarin. You don't know too many people from him. Mm-hmm. Thor, you don't know too many people because he's all over the place.
Right.
Guardian Galaxy got everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Hulk, you got Abomination, and you got Red Hulk. You know what I'm saying? You don't have, and the Leader. You don't have too many villains that people can gravitate to. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's new. He's young. They came with Venom, and maybe there'll be a little mention of Peter Parker. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think he will be in the film, but maybe there'll be some mention of a Spider-Man.
Maybe, but yeah, I think honestly, the two comic book franchises or superheroes that have the best villains have got to be Spider-Man and Batman.
Batman for sure. But I was thinking. Okay, about the route of where DC is going and how can they change the course of where they're going. Mm-hmm. I mean, you already have Aquaman coming out this year, and I think you have Justice League Part 2 coming out next year. So, in my opinion, they have a great system which they can change, for sure. You have great story arcs in which you can present. I would love a Flashpoint. I would love that. Hell, I would love if you would have, if they would have gone a route where your baddie is Darkseid. Mm-hmm. Your next baddie could be Brainiac. So Thanos is Marvel's baddie. Your next baddie could be Galactus. You know what I'm saying? The Destroyer of Worlds.
Right.
Silver Surfer's guy.
Boss, right? Yeah.
And he's bigger than Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Because he fucking eats worlds and shit. So, DC has a way of coming back because I would love to see an Injustice film.
Yeah.
That'd
be great.
Dope.
Oh, my God.
You can make that your rated R.
Yeah. Oh,
you can make that your rated R.
Dude, if the DC started coming out with rated R, like hard R.
Hard, you know?
That would be it. Because, I mean, their shit was so dark. That's what they needed to do, and they just whiffed it.
And like I said, I like Zack Snyder. I don't think he's good at telling a story. I think DC could use a two-director system just like Marvel has used in previous films.
Yeah.
His visual eyes is stunning. He really does make a really, really good picture. But telling a story, he can't. I would put like a George Miller on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything you want to chime in?
Oh no, yeah, I'm all for this, man. I'm just anything comic book movie related. I never really was super into comic books as a kid, but like I watched Batman the animated series, and I watched like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and like all these things were like I wanted these amazing superhero movies, and now like we're in such a prime like golden age of comic book movies that like there can be shitty ones. Like, could you imagine if just Justice League had come out like before any of this other stuff, even with all its flaws and everything? People would still been like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever," because it's all of them on the screen for the first time, like together. And so, like, just the fact that we have such a variety at this point, there's going to be some flops. It's just inevitable. But I'm on board all the way. I'm going to watch every single one of them.
Yeah, and one thing I gotta say is, DC, follow the route of Marvel. It's okay to follow that route, because what Marvel has done for the fans, if you haven't seen the last 10 years, is got the fans to understand the characters. You know, you understand what Iron Man's going through. You understand what Thor and all the other characters going through.
Yeah, even before like Captain America, Civil War, where like you really got to see their actual differences and
clashes and everything like that. Flashpoint is a different, would be a different way of showing a clash of what if Bruce Wayne died instead of Bruce. You know.
Yeah,
Bruce
and his
Wayne's
mom
parents.
became his Joker and his dad became Batman.
And that animated film, and one last thing, I'm gonna say one last thing,
all right,
is the animated films within the DC universe, all of them are great. There's not one bad animated film that I've seen within the DC universe. Which I can understand is, for Marvel, their animated stuff sucks, but their movies are good.
What animated stuff has Marvel done?
They've done Punisher and Black Widow. They've done
animated.
Yeah, they done the Avengers Assemble.
When did this come out?
Years.
Like way back in the day. Okay.
This is like early 2000s. They still have some coming out now.
Gotcha.
But
so Marvel's doing better on the big screen with the live action,
yeah,
and DC's better with animated.
And that. So hopefully they can find a crossover.
Yeah. Well.
But since time is upon us, well, I think this is the end of our talk. Again, my name is Ty.
I'm Brandt. Thanks for tuning in with us. This has been a great time.
Yeah, man. We hope y'all hear us again.
Heck yeah. And go see Deadpool if you haven't seen it already, which, I mean, we've spoiled a lot, but it's still fucking hilarious. So.
Yup. We didn't spoil too much, but still watch it.
Hell yeah. All right. We out.